I am Zoe, a member of the Young Religious Unitarian Universalist Youth Group. Welcome to the Unitarian Society of New Haven, USNH, and our annual YRUU service. We are a diverse, multi-generational faith community that is kind and generous, helps to shape personal beliefs, and provides a safe place to make new friends and stronger connections, and creates a more fair world. We are glad you are here. This morning's service is built around a theme of persistence, which we felt is an important theme as we navigate our way through a rapidly changing and often challenging and confusing world. It will take a huge amount of persistence to get through it all. Much of the music and prose you will hear today, including this morning's music of gathering, is original to the members of the youth group. For now, we invite you to settle into worship and persist in the good works you do now and in the future.
Please join me for the lighting of the chalice. We light this chalice in memory of the courage for those who have struggled for freedom, the persistence of those who have struggled for justice, and the love of those who have built beloved communities to carry on the light of hope.
I originally wrote this statement weeks ago, before the murder of George Floyd, before the protests, and before the wake-up calls for so many Americans. I have changed a lot of what I was going to say in light of recent calls to action. Standing up for what we believe in is such a fundamental practice of our faith, and social justice is an integral part of that. But we're all in different places, and that's okay. Some people are not in a position to donate. Some people are part of at-risk populations or interact with at-risk populations, making protesting dangerous. It's important to do what we can, and if it was all you could do today to get out of bed, I see you. No one can fight non-stop. We all need time to focus on ourselves and those around us. Just don't forget about this tomorrow, or next week, or months down the line when Black Lives Matter isn't a trending hashtag. Social justice is always calling, and we need to listen and respond when and how we can. If you've been inactive in the past, or done things you regret, or can't do all the things you want to do right now, it's okay. The future will bring opportunities. Just please, don't forget to use them. In my original statement, I wanted to show appreciation for the worth and dignity of every human being, focusing on those who don't have the time, money, or energy to be engaging in activism. And I still recognize that dignity, but recent events have changed my focus. There is a place for all of us in social justice work. There is a time when all of us need rest. The work will still be there when we wake up. I know how easy it can be to ignore the world's problems and fall into routine. We all have to forge our own paths. Just be mindful of the path you're walking. Walk with compassion. Walk with empathy. And never forget.
Social justice work has long been the foundation of Unitarian Universalism. For some of us, it is the most profound practice of our faith. In the words of James Luther Adams, right attitudes are never sufficient alone, they must find embodiment. Each week, we make time during our service to lift up groups within our congregation who are meeting the world's challenges, not with indifference, but with persistent action. This morning, we will hear from the anti-racism team.
Good morning. My name is Naomi Polanetska. Sharon McBlain and I are co-chairs of the Anti-Racism Task Force. We are bringing you this film today by Wendy McLeod. Art and words are by Titus Kafar, and it's read by Peter Seaton.
I cannot sell you this painting. In her expression, I see the black mothers who are unseen and rendered helpless in this fury against their babies. As I listlessly wade through another cycle of violence against black people, I paint a black mother, eyes closed, furrowed brow, holding the contour of her loss in this, what it means to be us. Our black and lost analogous colors in America. If Malcolm could not fix it, if Martin could not fix it, if Michael, Sandra, Trayvon, Tamir, Breonna, and now George Floyd can be murdered and nothing changes, wouldn't it be foolish to remain hopeful? Must I accept that this is what it means to be black in America? Do not ask me to be hopeful. I've given up trying to describe the feeling of knowing that I cannot be safe in the country of my birth. How do I explain to my children that the very system set up to protect others could be a threat to our existence? How do I shield them from the psychological impact of knowing that for the rest of our lives we will likely be seen as a threat, and for that we may die? A MacArthur won't protect you. A Yale degree won't protect you. Your well-spoken plea will not change hundreds of years of institutionalized hate. You will never be as eloquent as Baldwin. You will never be as kind as King. So isn't it only reasonable to believe that there will be no change soon? And so those without hope burn. This black mother understands the fire. Black mothers understand despair. I can change nothing in this world, but in paint, I can realize her. This brings me solace, not hope, but solace. She walks me through the flames of rage. My black mother rescues me yet again. I want to be sure that she is seen. I want to be certain that her story is told, and so this time America must hear her voice. This time America must believe her. One black mother's loss will be memorialized. This time I will not let her go. I cannot sell you this painting.
I used to be scared all the time. Felt I was losing my mind. Didn't know what to do. How would I make it through? I was lost in the dark, but love was the spark, and I won't let it stop me anymore. 'Cause I'm stronger than before. My friends are beside me, my family's behind me. I won't let it stop me anymore. I'll get up and try it again. I'll see it through to the end. Feels like I'm under attack, but my fighting spirit is back. I know it's true, I'll make it through, and I won't let it stop me anymore. 'Cause I'm stronger than before. My friends are beside me, my family is behind me. I won't let it stop me anymore. And I won't let it stop me anymore. 'Cause I'm stronger than before. My friends are beside me, my family is behind me. I won't let it stop me anymore. I won't let it stop me anymore.
I now invite you to join me in holding in our hearts the joy and sorrow of those around you, closing your eyes and going inward if you are comfortable doing so. Today, some woke with a sorrow so great they asked for the help of this community to carry it. Others woke with a joy so great it must be shared. We are happy to report that Tom Hardin is out of the hospital and recovering from COVID-19 in rehab. Please contact Jamie Ross in the office for his address to send cards. He wants to know how you all are doing.
You may not be able to contribute in person, but we still need your offering more than ever to support the ministries of this congregation in these tough times. While you listen to music, you can go to the address listed here or go to our website, usnh.org. Your contributions are gratefully received.
It's so tempting to be hopeless, so hard not to give in. But when you say that it is hopeless, that's when the darkness wins. Don't give in. I can't give in. Don't give in. I can't give in. Every day on the news, the world is ending. Too many lives have fallen apart. Easy to believe the message they're sending, but we'll never find a better start. Don't give in. You can't give in. Don't give in. You can't give in. Maybe trying to do what's right and getting it wrong is better than not trying at all. Maybe what we do can make a difference, even if only something small. Hopelessness is not the solution. Giving up is not the solution. Hopelessness is not the solution to anything. Each day there's a choice to be hopeless, to say there's nothing we could do. But that's the choice of giving up on what could start with me and you. Don't give in. We can't give in. Don't give in. We can't give in. Maybe trying to do what's right and getting it wrong is better than not trying at all. Maybe what we do can make a difference, even if only something small. Hopelessness is not the solution. Giving up is not the solution. Hopelessness is not the solution to anything. Hopelessness is not the solution. Giving up is not the solution. Hopelessness is not the solution to anything.
A Prayer for Weary Times by Margaret Weiss. Holy One, our hearts are weary, are tired, and are breaking. Our hearts are stretching as they are pulled and pushed, bruised and battered by all the suffering and brokenness and pain. Our ears are ringing with harsh words, with yelling, with gunfire that echoes in our streets and takes lives of innocents without cause. They are ringing with the affirmation that Black Lives Matter again and again until this idea is manifested within our legislation, our communities, and our hearts.
We have heard stories of equality and justice, but our eyes burn from the instances of inequality, racism, and injustice that illustrate we are still far from where we hope to be. Our mouths speak words of hope, of courage, and of truth, and at times we find that words do no justice. The brokenness feels too big. Our bodies, our collective bodies, built for lifting one another up and built for holding each other in love, they are being used against one another as weapons, and the ammunition is hatred and fear. Spirit of life and love, in this time of dissonance, in this holy time of urgency, to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, help us find our voice. Help us seek beyond this brokenness to a time of healing and true community. Help us to remember that the only journey towards healing is one that is paved through humility, acceptance of responsibility, and counteracting complacency. Ours is not a solitary journey, but one taken together, bolstered by deep listening and deeply rooted in love. May we find the strength needed for the journey here, in this place and in all places where people gathered for love, for humanity, and for justice.
Welcome to the bridging ceremony for Caitlin and Aaron. The ceremony of bridging in Unitarian Universalism celebrates the transition of youth into young adulthood. We begin with words from Caitlin and Aaron, who have prepared senior statements.
Hi, my name is Aaron Maniello, and I've been a member of USNH since May 2002 when I had my naming ceremony here. YRUU has played a huge role in my life over the past 4 years. They have helped me to discover my beliefs in a safe and open space and in a productive way. I've been able to learn about the inequalities of our world, and because of YRUU and USNH, I've been given the chance to try and help. I've been able to serve dinner at a homeless shelter, protest against guns and school shootings, and help make Thanksgiving pies for Columbus House. I've been given so many opportunities to fight for what I believe in that I may not have been able to get somewhere else. Out of the 7 principles, I strongly believe in the second one: justice, equality, and compassion in human relations. I don't care who someone used to be or the things they can't change about themselves, like the color of their skin or who they love. I think everyone should have the right to be able to live freely as who they really are and not be scared or feel as if they need to hide it. Andrew Clark from the movie The Breakfast Club once said, "We're all pretty bizarre, some of us are just better at hiding it." And something that USNH has helped teach me is that I don't need to hide my bizarreness. Unfortunately, this isn't true for everyone. Sometimes it can be unsafe to show your differences, and I hope that going forward into my life, I can continue to be a person that people can come to and be a safe person to be with. I want people to be able to be safe and who they are when around me, even if they aren't able to do that in other parts of their life. This is one reason I hope to become a librarian. The librarian at my local library, who is in charge of the young adult section, has been able to create a safe space for the middle and high schoolers, and that is something I hope to be able to do in my future career. Something I hope to take with me when I go off to college and the rest of my adult life is to remember that it is okay to ask for help and to continue to learn through new experiences. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Soderholm, and I'm a senior in high school. I can't believe I'm getting ready to leave the amazing youth group I've been part of for the past 4 years, and I am definitely nervous about taking this next step forward in my life journey. I've been a Unitarian Universalist my whole life, and my family came to USNH when I was in 7th grade. Then, I was nervous being the new kid, but I soon started becoming part of this community. I made new friends, joined the children's choir, and became part of the buddy program. I joined the kids service team, excited by the prospect of doing good. Through KST, and later through YRUU, I found all sorts of volunteer opportunities. From making blankets for refugees, to cleaning up park trails, to making Thanksgiving pies for the hungry. These projects were fun and inspiring for me, and encouraged me to find more ways to help. When I turned 13, and every year since, I invited all my friends to the annual KST River Cleanup as part of my birthday party. I had been learning to work for what I believed in. That begged the question, what did I believe in? In RE, I started exploring my beliefs, particularly in 8th grade affirmations. I began asking myself hard questions. Questions like, what happens to us when we die? Is there a God? What is the meaning of life? These were questions no one had the definitive answers to. Well, except the meaning of life. That's obviously 42. I didn't have all the answers in 8th grade, and I don't have all of them now. Yet, affirmations set me on a journey towards finding my faith. Sometime in high school, I slowly started believing that life did have meaning, that there was a God, and that I had a purpose. I've been born into a relatively privileged position, and I want to take every opportunity I can to help those who are less fortunate. I feel that I'm supposed to use what I have to do good, though I don't know exactly what form that will take right now. I don't know my path yet, but as Martin Luther King once said, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. If I tried to plan out the entire road ahead of me before continuing my life journey, I would never get anywhere. I've started taking classes at Housatonic Community College, and I'm hoping to go into environmental science, because the current threat to our environment, climate change, is a threat to humanity, and particularly a threat to the poor and disadvantaged. I plan to spend the next 2 years studying at Housatonic, transfer to a 4-year university, and after that, I'm hoping to be able to see a little more of the staircase by the time I've taken those steps. I plan to continue being part of the USNH community for at least the next few years, until the path I'm meant to walk may lead me in another direction. Through USNH, I have found opportunities to do good, found some of my closest friends, and even found parts of myself. And I'm sure I still have more to do and discover with this community. Thank you all for being part of this important step in my journey.
Today we honor the youth among us who are bridging out of the religious education program at the Unitarian Society of New Haven. Caitlin and Aaron, today you are moving beyond and away and toward. Today we, the congregation of USNH, share in your journey and encourage your discovery. Today we welcome your energy and offer you a safe place to continue to grow. Today, we celebrate your hopes and dreams. Come live, breathe, thrive, and rejoice. Your time is now.
Today, we applaud you for all you have been, for all you are now, for all you will be.
Today, you cross this bridge. You are moving along your path. You leave nothing behind because your past is part of your present. Your memories sustain you and guide you. You learn from them. You are them. Yet this is a crossing, a new beginning. In that spirit, you have each chosen to lay an item on this side of the bridge, something that will always root you in the wonder and countless lessons of childhood. What have you each chosen to lay down here? Caitlin, what have you chosen?
So I had a favorite book as a child, or the places you'll go. And then this I got for the years I have done gymnastics. So
A copy of the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, and a trophy from gymnastics. Aaron, what have you chosen to lay down on this side of the bridge? Aaron has brought her 8th grade affirmations statement. You will go now and explore with wonder. We will support you and nurture you. You are the future.
Today you cross this bridge. Go now and make choices that make you happy. We will support you and nurture you. You are amazing. Today you cross this bridge. Be patient and hopeful. We will support and nurture you. You are an inspiration.
Buildings and bridges.
Aaron, thank you for bridging. We lovingly welcome you to young adulthood.
And the word is what it takes. All that steel and stone, no match for the air, my friend. What doesn't bend breaks. What doesn't bend breaks.
Caitlin, you have bridged. Welcome to young adulthood at Unitarian Society of New Haven. You're received into your adult life with loving, welcoming arms.
It's a long road we've set our feet upon. A long road we've set our feet upon. And with loving hearts we walk on. Loving hearts walk on. We will walk on. We will walk on. We will walk on. Bridges are built with no man. Bridges are built with no man. We begin to hear the word. Begin to hear the word. We will heal the world. We will heal the world. We will heal the world. When the sun shines through all of us, there on the road, a rainbow in front of us, wherever we go, wherever we go. Take a single flame and pass it on. Take a single flame and pass it on. It's enough to light the way. It's enough to light the way. We will light the way. We will light the way. We will light the way. When the sun shines through all of us, there on the road, a rainbow in front of us, wherever we go, wherever we go. All the souls who came before are standing here. All the souls who came before are standing here. You can hear them whisper low. Hear them whisper low. We will walk with you. We will walk with you. We will walk with you.
Hi, I'm Erin Maniello, and the YRUU Youth Group is the culmination of religious education at USNH. It's the last step before adulthood and the first RU place that isn't a class. Rather, it's a safe space for talking, sharing, laughing, activism, worship, and spiritual development. The 8th graders of USNH have completed their affirmation class and have done so this year under really challenging circumstances. They were not able to go on their Boston trip or host a service. So, to the 8th graders, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you into the youth group. We are so excited to hang with you and get to know you better. Please join us for a special Zoom meeting after today's worship, and we look forward to laughing, singing, and spending time with you soon.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Good morning, USNH. Well, to be clear, it will be morning when you all see this, although it is the evening as I'm recording it. The joys of social distancing. My name is Derek Dobrik. I've been a YRUU advisor for 2 years. It has been a great pleasure for me. Today's benediction will be the time-honored YRUU sign-off that concludes each of our meetings. It is a tradition that a new phrase is added each year by the group's bridging members. We hope you enjoy it.
Go in peace. Believe in peace. Create peace. Rock on. Ho. Yosa. Bam. Waka waka. Fin. Hell yeah. Meow. Island. A word. Rock. Peace. Moon. Tea. Squirrel.